Hello, good morning. Today we're going to discuss about our topic about the Disaggestopedia. Disaggestopedia is an application of the study of suggestion to pedagogy, and it is an approach to education whose primary objective is to tap the extraordinary reserved capacities we all possess but rarely ever use. The Suggestopedia has been called an humanistic approach, and the originator of the Suggestopedia is Georgi Lusanov. He is a Bulgarian psychiatrist and educator, and he has a saying that learning is a matter of attitude, not aptitude. And according to Lusanov 1992, indicates that there are three major types of dysaggestopedia. First is psychological, second is didactic, and the third one is artistic. First, let's tackle about the psychological. Focuses on the ability to maintain appropriate suggestive atmosphere in the classroom. So, like for example, the teachers needs to be familiar with the numerous variants of unconscious perceptual thinking process, use emotional stimulus and peripheral perceptions. And second is didactic. Um, it refers to the structure, design, and integration of courses elements. So, the material is presented in a global manner and a meaningful context. Students are not read and fermented skills. Instead, the material is presented in a holistic manner at the paraconscious level. And the third one is the artistic. Artistic uses musical, visual, and dramatic art to create an atmosphere that is joyful and didactic to student engagement and relaxation and learning. So, the students dili nimo siya kanang dili nimo siya kanang pugson o kan sa ijahang unsa siya dire dapat imo siyang obserbahan og unsa joy ijahang kaya para sa ijahang about sa ijang academic learning. Then next, let's tackle about the principles of the Suggestopedia. The Suggestopedia, there are five main principles in kanang learning. First, learning should be characterized by the joy and the absence of tension, and it is facilitated in cheerful environment. Second, humans operate unconscious and paraconscious level. As students can learn from what is present in the environment even if its attention is not directed to it. And next, the third one is the suggestion is the means to use the normally unused mental reserves for learning. And number 4, the teacher should recognize that learners bring certain psychological barriers with them to learning situation and the teacher attempt to disuggest them. And the number 5 is if the students are relaxed and confident, they will not need to try hard to learn the language. It will just come naturally and easily.
And now, let's proceed to the 7 major concepts of the Suggestopedia, according to Luzanov and Gatave in 1988. The first one is the mental reserve capacity, or the MRC. Human beings use 5 to 10% of brain capacity at the most. In order to make a better use of this reserve capacity, the limitation, obstacles, and the barrier to learning should be disaggested. As we all know that Disaggestopedia helps students to eliminate the feeling that they cannot be successful or the negative feelings. The second one is psychological setup. The response to every stimulus is very complex, involving the many unconscious processes which have to become automatic responses. Only when a teacher is able to penetrate when the setup engaging is the way to allow us to be accepted and open extension and transformation. Well, students begin real potential of the students begin when they start to open up. And the third one is suggestion. There are two basic kinds of suggestion: the direct and indirect suggestions. Let's start for the direct suggestion. The direct suggestion are the direct to the student's unconsciousness. In the learning experience, direct suggestion can be made in printed announcement, oral by the teacher, and by the text materials. Teacher tells suggestion should be used students that they are going to apparently the most vulnerable, while indirect suggestion appeals to the student's subconsciousness and it actually more powerful of the two. Number 4. Successful classroom atmosphere. One of the challenges of the teacher is to create a classroom that's full of bright and cheerful and with a positive impact of the students. A positive environment in the classroom must be created. No? Classroom atmosphere is focused on the three aspects: the psychological, the educational materials, and the artistic. When we say psychological, there is a nurturing the students, supportive atmosphere that student can feel free to try the new information or to take information, take mistake without being put down, and enjoy the learning experience as a student, as a child, and as a student. Second is educational materials. No, the material should be presented in structured fashion, combining with the big pictures. Must be creative and colorful, no? Sa mga mata sa mga bata. So every moment that should be didactic experience when they are learning to press the empowerment to the student. The third one is artistic. The classroom should not be cluttered with too many poster and unnecessary object, di ba? Kaya ang ubang bata hindi ka-focus kay sobrang kadaghan mabother sila ni tanaw. So if you presented a pictures, it should be good quality pictures and to be displayed, and after that your picture should be changed every few weeks, di ba? Or few days para lain-lain na sa makita sa bata. So let's proceed to number 5, peripheral learning. This concept is based on the idea that we preserve much more in our environment that we consciously notice. Is a claim that putting posters containing grammatical information about the target language and the classroom walls, the student will absorb the necessary facts effortlessly. The teacher maybe or not call attention to the poster, and they are changed from time to time provide grammatical information. So that's supposed to be an appropriate that student they are studying. Next one is anti-suggestive barriers. These anti-suggestive barriers are filtered between the environmental stimuli and unconsciousness mental activity. They are interrelated, mutually reinforcing, and the positive suggestion effect that they accomplish this barrier to the enable to students to keep in their mind. And the overcoming the barriers means the compliance with them. Otherwise, the suggestion would be doomed to failure. And the next one is the music. So, one of the major concept of the disaster media is the most important is the music bit. So, because music can be a powerful facilitator of the holistic full brain learning, and this suggestive that relaxing medium, the music is, we all know that music is maka-relax na to, so it creating a mentally relaxed state. And next, the teacher rule. The teacher's main role is to suggest psychological barriers that learners bring with them to learning situation. Teachers speak confidently and gives the students the impression that learning target language will be easy and enjoyable. So, dapat ipakita nato sa mga students nga the way tamuhatag information nila, dapat makaingon sila nga easy o enjoyable ni nga topic or the information para mas willing sila nga mudawat sa information na mong ihatag nila. Let's proceed to the advantages and disadvantages. So, first, the advantages. One of the advantages is the emphasis of interaction. The second is the treatments to the student's mistake, learning environment, thinking highly of students' feeling, while the disadvantages are the lack of flexibility, lack of trust to the teachers, overemphasize of language use, absence of tests, difference characteristics between students. Overall, in the conclusions, based of the findings of our study, it is concluded that use of the Suggestopedia in teaching English language is not only beneficial to the both learners and teacher, but also improves students' ability in listening and to be creative. So that would be all. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye.